you are at the end of your tether, okay? You're done with the struggle. Hey, I'm Rosemary Nonny. I am the Prosperity Minister. I support you in leaving behind the pain and the limiting stories of the past. I support you to regain your confidence and to rise victorious in your true design life, okay? Now, this is the thing. You're at the end of your tether. I got to that place quite a few years ago, actually, where, yeah, I'd been bankrupt. I'd been 4 years depressed. And it was actually some kind of, if you've read my confidence book, you would know this part of this story. And it was to do with family craziness, and them asking for money, and me not having any money to give, truth be told, at that point, and being yelled at over the phone and all of this, and it was just horrible. And that for me was one of those bottom of the barrel kind of moments, where it was just like, you know what, this is not supposed to be my life. This is not supposed to be my freaking life. There's so much more to me than this. There's so much more to the life I'm supposed to be living than this. I reached the end of my tether. And this was after 4 years, you know, having gone bankrupt 4 years ago and been depressed for that 4-year period, had my 3 daughters. And finally, this was like the final straw that broke the camel's back. And I realized I needed to pull my head out of my butt. It was at this point I started actually getting support. This is the point where I decided, you know what, I trained how long? What, at least 5 years in college and doing my internship in order to become a pharmacist. Let's not talk about all the other education that I'd done since I was born. And that's how I'd become a pharmacist. So why did I think? Because I dabbled at business, see, and I wanted to do some, that was one of my, part of my vision was to build a business. And I dabbled at business, but every time it got a little bit difficult, I would stop. And I realized at this point that I can't keep taking myself so unseriously, okay? Yes, I was scared. Yes, I had no courage anymore, truth be told, at that point, because I felt like I'd failed so dismally. But I also knew that this could not be my life. That there had to be more. There just had to be. And so I got off my butt and started doing something with myself. Yes, I could have gone back to full-time pharmacy, but I didn't want to. I didn't want that to be my whole story. Yeah, it's a good enough job, but it wasn't my thing. It was the thing I'd settled for because that's what my parents decided was a sensible thing to do, but it was draining me. I hated doing it. And I definitely didn't want to leave my daughters in nursery all day, or childcare all day, every day whilst I was at work full-time and my husband at work and all of this. It's just like, no, it has to be, because I wanted to home educate my kids. And I'm talking about this because I feel as if you might be getting to that point, or you are at that point. Your story might be very different from mine, but you're at the point where you're realizing, if I don't do something different, this is going to be my life till I die. And maybe the fact that I just said that will spark something inside of you. Because the truth is, if you don't do something, this will be your life until you die. And if you're satisfied with that, then great. But if you know that there's something more for you, that you've had this vision inside of you that you really want to bring to life, but that self-doubt is getting in the way, that you're, because life has happened and it's beaten your self-esteem down to an all-time low, if that is getting in the way, then it can no longer be allowed to. Fear can no longer be allowed to be the thing that determines how your life plays out. When you know you're born for something more, when you know you're supposed to have loving relationships around you, you know you're supposed to have so much money you don't have to worry about it, you know that you're supposed to have work that feels like play, you know that your body is supposed to feel good. That's prosperity. All-round prosperity. You deserve it, honey. But guess what? You are the one with all of the choices. You are the one that decides whether you're going to continue to immerse yourself in an environment that tells you that you have to settle for whatever you're getting right now, or put yourself in an environment that tells you that you can have whatever you put your mind to create, and then supports you in doing so. Come and do life with me in the Deliberate Millionaires Incubator. It is for driven spiritual people who are determined to live to the fullness of their potential. It is for driven spiritual people who know they are meant for a heck of a lot more. It is for driven spiritual people who feel stifled right now by self-doubt and by fear and by, low self-esteem. It does not mean anything. It doesn't mean that your life is now over. It just means that you are immersed in the wrong stuff right now. And it's time for you to make a very firm decision to put yourself in a different environment. Will you? Come into the incubator. That is the different environment for you. Okay? Come into the Deliberate Millionaires Incubator. Come and allow yourself to regain the confidence to prosper. Take part in the calls. Take part in the programs and the boot camps. Do life with me. Take part in the conversation within the group. Be of support to others and let others support you. How long, when last did somebody even really know you? Come and be seen. Come and see others. Come and be loved and love others in an environment where we're all moving forward. No magic buttons here. It is the fact that you choose to immerse yourself in everything that is on offer that will make the change for you. And it will happen so subtly, you'll be wondering, oh my gosh, how did everything suddenly change in my life? Why? Because you put yourself in a different environment. So come now. The link is around this video, or go over to rosemarynonnyknight.com/deliberate millionaire. Share this video with somebody else. Come and join in. It's time for us, spiritual people who know we are born for the best of everything, to come together, have our own revolution. Okay, let's do this thing. Much amazing love.